From New York, here is I've Got a Secret, starring Steve Allen.
Good evening. My name is Clark Kent. By day, mild-mannered idiot, right? No, now that I've told you who I really am, let's find out who our panel members really are. First, there's Betsy Palmer, the real Daisy May. Second, Bill Cullen, the real Captain Marvel. Next, Bess Meyerson, who's really Lois Lane. And finally, Mighty Mouse himself, Henry Morgan. There's our panel, all right. Well, panel, if you're ready to get to work, we'll do that for you. Here is our first contestant. Very nice to have you with us. Now, would you tell us your name and where you're from?
I'm Hans Mauck from Dayton, Ohio.
Mr. Mauck from Dayton, Ohio. And what is your line, sir? What do you do?
I'm an engineer.
Well, Mr. Mauck is also an inventor, panel, as well as an engineer. And he has spent much of the past 9 years, in fact, developing this particular invention, which, if luck is with us, he has in this little bag under his arm. We're going to take it out of that case, if you would now, sir, and put it down here on the table so that the panel can look at it. And all I can tell you, panel, is it won't do you too much good after you look at it, but you might as well try it. The secret, of course, concerns this device, and if you'll whisper that secret to me now, sir, we'll let the audience know more about your invention. Now, the clue to Mr. Mauck's secret concerns his invention here and what it is used for, and we'll start the game with Bess this time.
All right, Steve. Mr. Mauck, does something come out of... I can't use scientific terms, so you'll have to go along with my rather simple questions. Does something come out of that rod that is sticking up? Out of the... Oh! There goes the whole thing. Oh, something fell out. There.
Don't,
all right.
Something came out. Something came out.
In other words, it
don't
looks
explain
like...
what went wrong with it, though, or they might...
No.
It looks like it has a little trigger device, does it?
No, nothing comes out.
No, because it's
really.
shaped like a gun. Is it some kind of telescope? Does it have any telescopic...
Yes, it has a relationship to an optical system.
It does.
But a fairly remote one, I would think.
But you can look through one end of it and see something?
No.
No.
$20 down. Henry?
Telescope?
I had it all worked out your way. Are those 4 control knobs at the base of the lens system?
Down there.
They are not control knobs.
Are they make-break contacts of any kind?
No.
Oh, boy. Now, you said only remotely is this any connection with any optical application.
Yes.
Does it perform any, is it any kind of control system?
Very remotely, I would say. Hardly anything.
Would it do anything, let's put it in my terms. Would it do anything for me around the house?
No.
It could, but I don't think you need it. $40 down. Betsy?
Mr. Mauck, does this have anything to do with photography?
Again, really very remotely.
Remotely.
Just because it's an optical system.
I see. The little piece that happened to have fallen off looked as though it might have been a lens of some sort.
No.
Like one would find in a camera?
No.
Does it have anything to do with does it make a sound?
Yes.
Only when it tips over like that.
Well, and it makes a sound, but it has nothing to do with the actual purpose.
$60 down. Bill?
Well, I'm going to start wild guessing. Could it possibly be a television camera?
No.
It could possibly be, but
No,
it
no,
isn't.
no.
That is a wild guess, Bill.
Does it have to do with the sound rather than sight, Mr. Mauck?
No.
More to do with sight?
Right.
Does it show one something?
Yes.
Does it magnify something?
Yes.
Is it an extremely powerful telescope or a microscope or a macroscope?
No.
Or a megroscope?
That says one last thought.
Well, just one thing. Does it project a picture of some kind?
Very true, yes.
In a sense, yes. You see, Mr. Mauck's invention is called... His invention is called a visotactor. Now, I'm sure that doesn't help you too much. But the thing is, when you place it on top of any any printed material, say an ordinary newspaper, for example, and you put your fingers into these slots right here, believe it or not, that enables you to read ordinary print with your fingertips. Could you give us a sort of a simple explanation of how it works, sir?
It's really very simple. It's for blind people to read, and they do not need Braille. And it has photocells, and a picture of the letter is projected onto the photocells, and there are little vibrators in this handle, and if a photocell sees black, then an associated stimulator vibrates. And so by guiding this over the printed line, you can, after quite a bit of training, read. Slowly, but you can read.
All right. That's a great idea. I have the front page of a copy of the New York Times here. Perhaps you could demonstrate for us, sir, as I ask you another question or two. How many words a minute can you read with this?
Well, I cannot read at all with it. But we have a blind girl. She has about 100 hours of practice. She reads 10 words a minute, and she's still improving. Now, this is not very much, but it's better than nothing.
You can read faster with Braille, but very little, relatively speaking, has been converted into Braille, and this way you can read just about everything. Maps, too, and all kinds of things.
Dollar bills, for instance. You can identify dollar bills, or stamps, or telegrams, or so downtown. It's portable.
Should I put my fingers in this?
Let me first
Show
jump.
the way it works, on the letters underneath.
Oh, do we have some letters under here? Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the idea of it, as I gathered it a few minutes before the show, you go this way, this way, yeah.
Right.
And you feel a straight line of electrical impulses, little sort of vibrations or buzzes, and you know what a straight line is, it's the letter I. Now here you feel another straight line of impulses, and then a little thin line going the other way, and then that, and you convert that into an H. You sort of have to start almost with your ABCs again, but you can learn that way. There's no way for us, we've discovered, to convey to you at home what this little buzz in your fingertips feels like. But we'll let you watch Mr. Mauck feeling it. That'll help you any.
Well, you will maybe want to try.
Want me to do it?
Let me get first the adjustment.
You have to sort of
Here we
tune
go.
it in.
Now,
And then you move it very slowly towards you or away from you?
towards you, along the line, in the
I see.
direction of reading.
Yes. Well, all I feel now, because I'm not educated to this, is a series of disconnected little vibrations and buzzes. And I can tell they're different kinds, and if I had been trained, I would be able to translate those sensations into letters. Well, Mr. Mauck, it's a remarkable device. I hope it wasn't injured and falling over. We know that it was developed under the auspices of the Veterans Administration, and that you've been working with the Prosthetic and Sensory Aids Service, which is very necessary and fine work. How soon will this be on the market?
Not very soon. It will be at least 2 years until we are through testing clinically and all that, so there's no point in expecting it soon or writing letters at the present time.
In other words, as soon as it is ready, the world will be informed about it.
Several years from now, it will be produced.
I see.
In moderate quantities.
Well, I imagine it's going to be very important help to blind people all over the world, and you're to be congratulated for creating it. Thank you very much for doing it. We'll be back with you in a minute after this. Now, may we have our next contestant, please? Make yourself right at home in that chair, which isn't too easy to do, by the way. These chairs have wheels. They can scoot away on you.
All right,
And now
I'll
that
try
you-
to hold.
Good. Now that you're down there, would you tell us your name, please, and where you're from?
Aurelius McGarvey Wallace from Gate City, Virginia.
That's Mr. Wallace from Gate City. And might I ask your age?
91.
91. I thought you were going to try to cheat a few years on us there and shave a few off. But we're very happy to have you with us tonight. Now, this panel is incidentally Dr. Wallace. He's a physician, and he maintains a full-time medical practice that keeps him busy 5 days a week.
Oh, 7 days a week.
He knows more about it than I do. Well, I'm glad you could find time at all then to be with us, sir. And I understand that you did have a very exciting trip from Virginia to New York.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm not going to ask you how you came here because that happens to concern the secret panel. So if you'll just whisper to me about that, we'll show it at the same time to our audience at home. Well, now, that sounds exciting, but not terribly unusual. Could you tell me a little bit more? The clue concerns something he did, panel, and we'll start the questioning with Betsy Palmer.
Dr. Wallace, did you come in a conveyance of any sort?
Yes, sure.
Was this motivated by you?
How was the question?
Well, this conveyance, were you in charge of it, getting you here? I mean, like you would drive your own automobile and things like that.
Oh, yes, yes.
Now, are you what was considered a horse and buggy doctor?
Yes,
Did you
sure.
come up here in a horse and buggy?
No.
Not quite. $20 down. Bill Cullen?
I missed something, and I probably because I was making a note of something was said, is it the way the doctor came here we're interested in?
Yes.
Did you fly, doctor?
Yes.
Did you fly your own airplane, doctor?
Not more.
Fly someone else. But you piloted the plane that brought you here, did you?
That's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There's a little bit more along that same line, Bill, that we'd like you to develop.
You flew here in inverted flight, doctor, upside down.
No, he probably could do it, but he didn't do that.
You know.
Is it that the doctor has not been flying long?
No.
Is it that the doctor has been flying long?
Yes.
Good questioning, Bill. Did you come alone, doctor, in this plane?
There are other people in the plane
Oh,
with
yes,
you. Yes.
more of it.
$40 down, Bess.
Doctor, it wasn't your own plane, was it?
No.
No.
In this case, it was not.
Did you perhaps pilot one of the large jet planes?
That's the idea.
Yes?
Yeah. Sure.
You can look for him on your nearest unscheduled airline, ladies and gentlemen. There's your pilot speaking. No, really, panel, aside from being one of the nation's oldest practicing physicians, Dr. Wallace is also, he's got to be, the nation's oldest licensed pilot. And he did, indeed, as best is discovered, come all the way from Gate City, Virginia to New York on this jet plane, which he piloted himself. And it was a, where'd you get the airplane? It wasn't yours, is that right?
No, it's from the Aero Command company that furnished the jet for me to fly.
Those Lear twin-engine jets.
A Lear twin-engine jet.
Really powerful plane, but he knows how to handle it. Now, when did you learn to fly jets?
Well, I had a friend that went into the Air Service that I'd practically learned to fly, and he was in the flying a jet, and he wanted to fly me. So he never could get around, and when I was in Washington a year ago, the Air Force heard me make the statement, so they furnished me a jet to fly from Tri-City down to Montgomery, Alabama to see their new hospital.
And at the age of 90, you did that. Now, one of the reasons, Dr. Wallace, of course, has been flying for many, many years. One of the reasons that he became interested in jets was because his remarkable physical condition became the subject of an official Air Force study. And the Federal Aviation Administration, as he was referring to a moment ago, invited him to Washington last year for 2 days of extensive studies and written tests and that sort of thing. And they gave him some tests that they give to the regular young Air Force pilots, which, as you know, are pretty rugged tests. Dr. Wallace, how'd you make out on those tests?
Well, they said I made 100%.
That's just great. What does your wife think about all this flying you're doing?
Well, she likes it right much. She flies with me.
Is she a pilot, too?
She's a pilot herself.
Gosh. And,
I learned her to fly, of course.
And I understand you have a son. Is he a pilot?
Yes, sir. He has about 500 or 600 hours to his credit. And he's 18 years old.
Huh.
He flew the day he was 16 and got his private license the day he was 17.
Well, you're a really remarkable family no matter what way you look at it. And we're very happy to have had you with us tonight. Have a smooth flight home. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll bring you our special guest, Superman, in just a minute after this message. Now it's time to meet our special guest, as I said, from the new Broadway musical in which he plays Superman. It opens next week and has been playing previews right around the corner from us here. Our guest should be arriving just about any second now. And yes, there he is. It's a bird. And it came in early. It's an early bird. Got it. Wait a minute, there he is. Yes, it's a plane. It's a dive bomber, isn't it, fellas? Thanks a lot. I'm sorry I made the early bird joke. Strike it. Now, there he is now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Superman. Like iron. No wonder people say we look alike. Ladies and gentlemen, this is actually, I hope it is anyway, Bob Holliday, but you never can be too sure. But I'm pretty sure it's Bob Holliday who is having the time of his life playing Superman in a show called It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Superman. How's the show going?
Marvelous. The audience reaction is just wonderful to us.
Well, when the audience here saw you at the opening of the show, they really went crazy, so I imagine how it is over at the theater. Bob, I understand that you've brought along a super secret that you're going to test us with tonight, so if you'll whisper that to me, we'll show it at the same time to our audience. Now, Superman's secret clue concerns something he's going to do, panel. And we'll start the questioning this way with Bill Cullen.
Superman, sir.
Just call him Soupy. That's all right.
I don't want no trouble with Superman, sir. This thing you're going to do, sir, is it akin to the Superman feats? I mean, is it something, for instance, that I couldn't do, which is like anything, you know? Could I do the thing you're going to do?
I don't think so.
You're right. Are you going to go in a phone booth first?
Only to call my service.
Very good.
Superman, sir, are you going to do it here on the stage tonight?
I certainly am.
$20 down.
You certainly are what? You certainly are going to do it on the stage tonight.
Yes,
And are we going to ooh and ah when you do it?
I think you may.
Really? Are you going to do it alone?
I may have some help.
With a girl?
I hope not.
I meant if you were going to fly, were you going to fly alone? Are you going to fly?
Yes, I'm going to fly.
Alone? It's no fun that way.
Just with Lois Lane sometimes.
Yes.
And that's the secret. You're going to fly tonight on the
No,
stage.
that isn't the secret.
You're going to fly out of the theater.
$40 down. Henry?
I was wondering if it's a super secret. I didn't bring along my super brain. Are you going to be carrying any equipment when you take off?
No.
What was Bess right about the flying?
Yes, I'm going to fly, but that's just,
You,
I would say, half the secret.
half the secret. Are you going to have a passenger?
That felled bird.
Is Mr. Allen going to be involved in any way?
Yes.
Is he going to fly?
Yes.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You're ready to
next.
I'm ready to watch.
Well, it's just as well that you got it, Henry, because Betsy would have had to disqualify herself because this whole thing is her idea. And as a matter of fact, she saw the show and talked to the producers of that show and this show. And I'd like to say thanks a lot.
I figure if I'm going to do it in Peter Pan, I don't know why you can't do it on I've Got a Secret.
That's true. But,
So, be brave, my dear.
well, we'll see. We'll see. The thing is, though, that Superman now is going to be busy every night in the show, and they had to have somebody to take care of crime here in Metropolis. So I guess I'm going to have to help with those extracurricular duties. And they, at this moment, are going to clear the stage out of the way and move all the scenery because we don't want to hurt the stagehands. And while they're doing that, and I get into a phone booth and call my lawyer, ladies and gentlemen, we have a message for you, and then after that, we'll be right back here. We'll fly our brains out. I guess. You might kill yourself. Let me see. You clench your fists.
Clench your fists.
I see. You have to have faith, you were telling me?
You have to believe.
You have to really believe you can fly.
And you have to get your hands like this, put a hand like that,
Yeah.
one hand like this, and say the 3 words.
Let me see.
Up, up, and away! And of course, you got to make sure your boot doesn't fall down. That's the important thing when you're going up.
Okay, Steve.
That's fine. That concludes our program for the evening. Oh, boy. But the main idea is faith, huh?
Faith and belief. Belief that you can do it.
Okay.
Right.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, up.
Good. A little more belief.
I guess I'm a doubter. All right, once more. Tinkerbell lives. I really got to do it your way, huh?
Up,
Fist
up, and
there.
away.
A hand.
Hand.
Up, up, and away! I felt like a provolone hanging up there. I was a hanging.
Why can't you
Shall I try that again?
Yeah.
This is the type of song, Hang On, Soapy, Hang On.
Let's get
All
the
right,
microphones
up,
out of the way.
up, and away!
These are happy. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say a few words about my underwear, folks. I'd like to talk to my tailor about my inseam. I never realized Superman was Oh, boy. Betsy, how many years have you been doing Peter Pan, Betsy?
I haven't even started yet, but I'm going to use fairy dust.
Fairy dust. I'm glad I didn't say that. Well, Superman, now that you've taught me, shall we fly together?
Right.
Fly me to the moon.
You ready, Steve?
Up, 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 and away, back away! Ladies and gentlemen, Superman just got killed. You think that's kidding? He's gone right What do you mean 1 minute? What happened to Superman?
Look for a big hour of special entertainment tomorrow night as Carol Burnett, Zero Mostel, and Lucille Ball combine their exciting talents. Watch for Carol Plus 2 in color tomorrow night. Right now, stay tuned as Lucy becomes Superwoman on The Lucy Show, next in color.
Program was pre-recorded. This is John Cannon speaking.